Hi, you guys. Miss Stamp here. I'm one of the kindergarten teachers. This week is Mare week, so everyone at Davis learns about different bodies of water. And in kindergarten, we learn about ponds. Today, I'm going to teach you about frogs, because frogs are one type of animal that live in ponds. So I'm going to share my screen and let's learn a little bit more about frogs. All right, all about frogs. So here is a frog's body, and I'm going to tell you about the different parts of a frog. So frogs are amphibians, which means that they live in the water and on the land. Amphibians have backbones, they are cold-blooded and have wet skin. Other amphibians are toads, newts, and salamanders. And most amphibians go through metamorphosis. So frogs first start out as swimming tadpoles, and then over time they turn into adult frogs. Frogs have smooth, moist skin. So frogs actually don't drink water. They absorb water through their skin. Frogs also have strong back legs that help them with jumping and leaping. Frogs have webbed back feet that help with swimming. Frogs also have bulging eyes, and there's an eyelid that protects their eyes. You can see it here. There's the frog's nostril. And frogs, right behind their eyes, they have something called a tympanum. The tympanum is the frog's eardrum, so it vibrates, so the sound vibrates, and it can feel the vibrations on that part of its ear. Also, boys or male frogs have vocal sacs, so that helps them make louder noises. You might hear like that loud noise that a frog makes. Those are boy frogs making that noise. And also frogs have sticky toe pads on their feet to help them with sticking onto things and climbing and walking around. All right, here is the life cycle of a frog. So first, here, an adult female frog lays tiny eggs in the water. Then a tiny tadpole emerges from each egg, and they breathe through their gills and they have tails. So next, the tadpole grows legs and then arms, but still has a tail. And then here it grows its legs, and then it grows its arms and still has a tail, and then it turns into a froglet. So in the froglet stage, they're almost mature frogs, and they breathe now. They breathe through their lungs now, but they still have a small tail. And then finally, as an adult frog, it breathes with lungs, but now it doesn't have a tail. Most frogs live in wet habitats. So they live near rivers, lakes, ponds, and frogs hibernate during the winter. Remember, hibernate is where an animal either goes in a cave, like bears hibernate in caves, frogs hibernate like in the pond mud or under wet leaves during the winter when it gets cold outside. Frogs can also live in rainforests. So there are many different kinds of tree frogs that live in rainforests, and most of the 4,000 different kinds of frogs live in the rainforest. Here's the frog's diet, so what they eat. Frogs use their long tongues and their sticky saliva to catch their prey. They eat insects, worms, snails, dragonflies, mosquitoes, and grasshoppers. Bigger frogs will eat mice, snakes, birds, other frogs, turtles, and even small fish if they can fit into their mouths. When frogs are tadpoles, so when they were babies, they eat algae that's in the pond, and then as they grow bigger, they start eating plants and small insects in the pond. All right, so that was a little bit about frogs. Here are some ideas for how you can make a frog project if you decide to do a frog as your pond animal for your project, you can make it in any of these ways. So if you have toilet paper tubes, you can make this one. With construction paper also, you can use paint. If you have a paper plate, you can make this one. Or if you have construction paper, you can just cut it out and kind of make a frog out of that. Or you could just draw a frog. So here are the steps to how to draw a frog. I hope you have fun learning more about frogs and making your frog project if you decide to do that animal. Thanks for watching.